This devotion is based on Psalm 60, and this is the last in a run of Psalms where it's connected to a real story from the life of David. I find this one a bit paradoxical because the Psalm talks about the nation being defeated by enemies, and yet the story it says it's attached to is a story of great victory. So I'm not sure how that all fits together, but what we do know is that this psalm was used for teaching in the nation, and especially for young people, and I think it's useful today. Specifically for me, when I read this, I think this is useful because it helps us with words, because we talk about how Psalms gives us words for prayer. It helps us with words to pray for the nation when we want to pray for a broken down nation or a nation that's under siege. And useful today, I think, for the US, for Australia, is how do we pray for our nation? And here are words for us. Some comments from me, and then I'd love to hear your comments today. Firstly, there is always a recognition in the Psalms, and particularly here, God's in charge. Again and again, the word is used, you, in relation to God. You rejected, you angry, you save, you deliver, you. It's about God. God's in charge, and He's the one we seek. And then there's just two basic sections I would draw your attention to. Firstly, there's that element of speaking the lament, articulating the difficulty. In verses 2 to 3 stand out to me, this idea that the nation is fractured. You have shaken the land and torn it open, mend its fractures, for it is quaking. And then also the idea of a cup that's been given to drink that makes people stagger, which is a common Bible metaphor. So articulating the problem and then speaking out the truth. Right at the end, I love it, says in verse 11, human help is worthless. With God, we will gain victory, and He will trample down our enemies. So reflect on praying for the US, praying for our nation of Australia. How can we seek God and pray? And let me know your insights.